Welcome to the Whirling Dervishes C++ Eclipse IDE install guide. As for a programming languages course at Boise State, I have a site to start out with. Click here, brings you to the Eclipse.org site. Gives you a little bit of a guideline. If you scroll down, Eclipse IDE for C and C++ developers. What we need initially is to make sure we install a Java runtime environment. Eclipse will not install without this, regardless if you're never going to program in Java. So click on that website. It takes us to Java runtime environment, Java development kit sources. We can go to either three of these, but I've chosen for this circumstance the Oracle Java Development Kit. It brings us to Oracle's page. If you scroll down, you'll notice that there's Java Development Kit and Java Runtime Environment. I'm going to click on Download for the Java Runtime Environment. It'll bring us to another page. It has a list of all the different operating systems for the Java Runtime Environment. For this instance, we are installing a Windows 64-bit version. All you have to do is make sure you click on Accept the License, and then click on the version you need. It'll save it to whatever directory you've chosen. I already have a version saved right here, so we're going to start with the install of the Java Runtime Environment. Now you can choose a destination folder. I'm just going to accept its default values. That way Eclipse knows exactly where it's at. I already have it installed, but I'm going to reinstall it anyway. Now that'll go through. In this instance, it'll remove my old one and install the new one. It will take some time, not too much, a couple minutes, but in order for brevity in this, I'm going to skip past it. I'm going to go back to the Eclipse IDE for C, C++ developers. And here is a quick download for the Eclipse IDE for C and C++ developers. As soon as you click on it, it'll start downloading at the bottom of the screen. I already have it installed, so I'm not going to re-download it. But the thing with it that you need to know, let me minimize this bits. It'll just install or just download a zip file. There is no executable file. All you do is unzip to a directory. The preferred directory is your root directory for whatever platform you're using. In this case, it'd be C, /Eclipse. As you completed successful install of Java, close that down. Rather than I just installed it, I unzipped it into my downloads directory right where it initially was, and it's right here. And the Eclipse.exe is what you would run to start the program. So we'll start that up. Now, a little side note before you begin, before you want to run it, what you want to make sure is that you go to this portion of the website. It gives you, there is no compiler or debugger installed with Eclipse for C, C++. So if you want it, you want to get the MinGW or the Sigwin. If you're using any other Visual C++, there's the C++ compiler information. Let's go to the MinGW downloads page. That's what I'm going to use. Scroll down and go to the installer directory. Maybe if I click on it more, it'll actually go. Just depending on the wireless here. Alright, you want to choose the MinGW get INST folder. That'll bring you to the MinGW get INST 2012-04-26. And that's the most recent. Click on it again. It will download it. You can run it. And it's a quick install. I have already. Let's go back to my downloads. I've already downloaded it. Alright. Alright. I'll just choose next. Next. Use the prepackaged repository catalogs. Next. I'll accept the agreement using the default directory. That way Eclipse can see it easy and knows right where MinGW is supposed to be. You don't want to change that. Otherwise it's a little more involved to get it to see it. Next, make sure that the C++ compiler is chosen. If you want Fortran, Object-C, or ADA, you want those as well. Go ahead. It's not going to hurt you to have those all installed if you want those, if you plan on programming in those languages at any time. That's all you necessarily need for this. We'll install. It'll go through this system here to download a bunch, but I've already installed it prior, so it just checks that I already have it, and it'll tell me, if I choose to look at this log, it'll tell me they've already been installed. Close that down. I mean, it'll take a little bit longer for an initial install because it's downloading all those files. And then we'll go to Eclipse. Now, before we can actually run this Hello World program, we need to go into our preferences. Go to Window, Preferences, go to C++, just click the arrow to the left of it. We're going to go to the new CDP project wizard. I'm just clicking on this one initially just so you can see that MinGW is seen here. And it's currently the only one, so we don't have to choose it over anything else. But I actually need to get to Makefile project, and I want to make sure I've already checked these. They won't normally be checked, but you want the ELF parser and the PE Windows parser checked. If you were using Cygwin, instead of the one we're using, then you want to use the Cygwin PE parser. But since we're done, I apply the changes and made it okay. Now this program I have in here, just a simple Hello World program, and I can click on the hammer to build the project, and then we run the project. And all is good. Everything works. If, for whatever reason, you had an incorrect install of the MinGW, then with this you'll see that you get an error when you hit play that says launch failed, binaries not found. Now there is a link on our website if you come across that error that you can go through those steps to try to fix it. But it's basically what I've gone through in this video. There may be a couple extra things you can try. It could be dealing with path. Sometimes you'll see a problem arise. Let's say in preferences, we'll go to environment, and sometimes you're going to have to add your path, and that way it knows right where it's at. Obviously we didn't have that problem this time, but sometimes you may. Alright, thank you for watching our tutorial. Please feel free to come back anytime. The website will constantly be updated in the next few months, so Feel free to look at all the changes and comment as you wish. Thank you. Bye.